Welcome back to American Agenda. We await the press conference. We will go there, so just to let you know. The Joe Rogan Spotify controversy not going away. Spotify now confirming that it has pulled episodes of Rogan's popular podcast for Rogan's use of the N-word. Now, according to reports, 113 episodes have been pulled so far. I don't know that all of those have to connect to the N-word, but there are other things that he said that may have been offensive.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
absolutely
part of what's going on.
And he has also since apologized for his actions. Everybody take a listen.
I know that to most people, there is no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now.
Okay, so is it simply a matter of time before Rogan is canceled altogether? Joining us now on our panel, Florida businessman, lawyer, and GOP strategist, Ford O'Connell, and host of Money Talk with Melanie and Project 21 member, Melanie Collette. And Melanie, one of the things that I'm wondering is, I'm not saying that there's ever a good reason to use the N-word in any way, shape, or form, but do we keep canceling people that violate these social standards, or we let people make up their own mind? I'll never listen to him. He's a bum. He used that word, and I find it offensive. Or do we get to the point where somebody like Rogan is canceled despite some good things he may have done with this violation, which is offensive, and I don't want to underplay that.
Aren't podcasts voluntary? Is anybody being forced to listen?
Yes. Listening to them, yes.
Depends on the person.
And if we're gonna start pulling offensive things off of media, can we start with every rap song for the last 30 years? Let's start with that. I think the N-word is reprehensible. If you work around young people, you hear the N-word constantly. It is used all the time. I just wish the left, for once, would have some intellectual integrity, some intellectual honesty. Like, let's just be real here. But we're going to pull all of his work because he was overheard saying the N-word. The N-word is bannered about all the time. It still is. And listen, we have a First Amendment for a reason. If you don't want to listen to his podcast because he used the N-word, fine. But for that material to be pulled down is a bad look. Leave it up there. I'm sick and tired of people canceling racist materials. As a person of color, I want to know where people stand. Wave your Confederate flag. Wave it high. I don't want you banning that. If you want to be racist, let me know so I can avoid you. We should not be canceling these people.
I agree. The canceling's too much. You know, Ford, exactly. I want to bring you in because, I'm sorry, but to Melanie's point, I think about also Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is going to be the halftime entertainment at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can't sing along to his songs, by the way.
Yeah, you can't. By the way, you can't.
Or they'll drop me like I'm hot.
I was going to say, you'd get in trouble. Yeah. Exactly. So where do we draw the line? And he's okay to be the halftime act at the Super Bowl? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, to your point, Rita, and Melanie's absolutely right. If you went through the artists and the podcasters on Spotify, okay, there's people that have said far more questionable things than what Joe Rogan said. This is not really about cancel culture here. What's happened with Joe Rogan is that he's made some powerful enemies in politics and the media over the years, and this is a coordinated effort to take him out. First it was COVID, now it's this, and I promise you next week or next month there will be something else, because when I looked into this very deeply, I found a Democratic-aligned super PAC that was pushing the online videos. Money is changing hands here because someone wants to take out Rogan, and they're hiding behind woke cancel culture to do it. So let's be very careful. Now, as your overall point when it comes to the Super Bowl, you think what is good for the goose is good for the gander, but that's not how it works in our woke culture. And this is about a power struggle to become on top and to use the PC culture to do it.
Yeah, and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, got dragged into the controversy. Yes. Many call him a hypocrite. Essentially, he came out and defended Joe Rogan, and then they said, you realize the things he said? He went, well, don't get me wrong. So he basically kind of backtracked because, Melanie, it's like the powers that be now are telling you what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed
Yeah,
to
the
say.
mob came for him.
The mob came for him, and so he has to change instead of, like you said, free speech. If I think you're an idiot for saying something, I have the right not to listen.
In this country, we let the market decide. Stop taking his stuff down. Let the market decide. If people want to listen to him, he will stay on Spotify.
Right.
If people don't want to listen to him, he will, at the end of his contract, he'll be done. That is exactly the way it works. But
Right.
for
Absolutely.
us, for anybody to say, oh, nobody should be saying the N-word, lacks complete and total integrity, and it really ticks me off.
Right, it has to
feel
be
like
equal
this-
standard.
Yeah,
10 seconds. Go ahead.
What's crazy is Daniel Ek, the Spotify CEO's caught between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
He owes him $100 million. Rumble wants to give him $100 million. If Joe Rogan leaves Spotify, he's still going to make money, and that's Melody's
All right.
point.
All right, Ford,
The
we
market
gotta
is
let you
saying,
go.